What is the RERA Act and what does it mean for me? There has been a lot of talk about this act, but have you really had a chance to look at what it means for you and the property that you are buying, selling or renting? In this blog post, we will try and break down what RERA is and what it demands from each stakeholder. Introduction to the RERA Act. The Real Estate Regulatory Authority Act, or RERA, seeks to protect the interest of home buyers and boost investments in the real estate sector. The Act came into effect on 1st May 2017 and is applicable to all states and union territories of India. RERA aims to regulate the sale of properties, standardize agreements between buyers and sellers, promote healthy competition among developers, and protect the rights of consumers. Under RERA, every real estate project must be registered with the authority before it can be advertised, sold or booked. Developers must also disclose detailed information about the project, including the carpet area, land status, plans for water and electricity supply, details of amenities promised, etc. Additionally, developers are required to set up an escrow account to ensure that buyers' money is used only for the purpose specified. When will the RERA Act come into effect? The RERA Act will come into effect on 1st July 2017. What will changes in the RERA Act mean for brokers and investors? The Real Estate Regulation and Development Act 2016, RERA, is an act of the Parliament of India which seeks to protect the interests of home buyers in India and regulate the real estate sector. The act came into force on 1st May 2017. There are several changes that RERA will bring about for brokers and investors. Firstly, all real estate agents will now have to be registered with the regulatory authority. Secondly, agents will have to disclose their qualifications and experience to potential clients. Thirdly, agents will be prohibited from charging any fees from buyers for their services. Fourthly, developers will now have to mandatorily register their projects with the regulatory authority before commencing sale or marketing of the project. Lastly, RERA will establish a fast-track dispute resolution mechanism for disputes between buyers and developers. This will provide much-needed relief to home buyers who have often had to resort to long-drawn legal battles to resolve their grievances. Overall, RERA is a positive development for both brokers and investors as it will bring about more transparency and accountability in the real estate sector. What will changes in the RERA Act mean for consumers? The RERA Act is a set of regulations that are being implemented in order to protect consumers who are buying property. These regulations will ensure that developers follow certain standards and will make the process of buying property much simpler and more transparent. Some of the key changes that the RERA Act will bring about for consumers are: developers will have to register all projects with the RERA authority before they can begin selling properties. This will provide buyers with more information about the project and will help to ensure that it is being developed according to plan. Developers will not be able to make any changes to the project without the approval of the RERA authority. This means that buyers can be assured that they are getting what they expect from the purchase. There will be a standard format for sales agreements, which will make it easier for buyers to understand their rights and obligations. A dispute resolution mechanism will be set up in order to address any issues that may arise between buyers and developers. Overall, these changes should make the process of buying property much safer and simpler for consumers. Conclusion. The RERA Act is an important piece of legislation that protects the rights of buyers and ensures a fair and transparent real estate market. If you are planning on buying a property, it is important to be aware of the RERA Act and what it means for you. With the help of this article, we hope you have a better understanding of the RERA Act and how it can benefit you as a buyer. How to get ready for the Real Estate Regulations Act (RERA). The RERA Act is a set of regulations that aim to protect the rights of buyers and sellers in the real estate market. It is important to be aware of these regulations if you are planning on buying or selling property in India. Here are some tips on how to get ready for the RERA Act. Understand the key provisions of the RERA Act. This will help you know your rights as a buyer or seller and what to expect from the other party. Be familiar with the process of registration under RERA. This is required for all new construction projects and will help ensure that your rights are protected. Make sure that you have all the necessary documents in order before starting any transaction. This includes things like title deeds, sale agreement, and so on. Use a registered real estate agent who is familiar with the RERA Act. This will help ensure that your transaction goes smoothly and that you are getting the best possible deal. Have realistic expectations about prices and timelines. The RERA Act has introduced some changes that may impact prices and timelines for transactions, so it is important to be aware of these before starting any negotiations. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel.